Welcome to the deep dive. We're getting into something pretty high stakes today, professional interviews. And there's this claim, right, that your compensation, your CTC, basically gets locked in the first 20 seconds.
Yeah, it's kind of startling when you first hear it.
Totally. Most people, they start with their degree or their last job title.
Exactly, just reciting the resume. But the source material suggests the top performers. They talk about the difference they make right away.
Okay, so that's our mission for this deep dive then. We're going to give you the playbook, the Value First interview playbook. The goal is to shift from telling people what you do to showing them what you can do for them. It flips the focus, like immediately, from your past to their future.
And we want to give you the actual framework, maybe even some lines you can adapt so you sound, well, prepared, confident, and really focused on results.
Right, not just another candidate.
Okay, let's dig into this. That opening, that magic line you mentioned, the one that supposedly stops the interviewer from just glancing at the clock. It's not the title, it's the value. That's the core idea. We call it the value line formula. And it needs to be confident and really concise. The basic structure is, I help WHO achieve what? So they can WHY using how to view. And recently, I proof in one line.
Right, so it's not just abstract. You need that concrete proof bit at the end.
Absolutely. Let's take a fresher, maybe in software. Instead of saying, I know Python, they could say something like, I help product teams ship software with fewer critical bugs. So the releases are smoother and customers aren't frustrated. For instance, my test suite caught 62 major issues before the last deployment. See, specific.
Got it. And that works for experienced people too, like say a data analyst.
Definitely. Same structure, different context. Maybe. I help business teams actually see the truth in their numbers.
See the truth, okay.
But their big decisions get made faster and frankly better. Last year, I built a dashboard that directly cut stockouts by 40%. That number, that 40%, that grabs attention.
It does. It's tangible. But, okay, you drop this impressive line. How do you back it up without just, rambling on for ages?
Good question.
Yeah.
The sources talk about using the STAR method for storytelling situation. Task, action, result. But with a twist.
A twist?
Yeah, outcome first STAR. You lead with the result. What changed? Who benefited?
Yeah.
Use numbers. Keep the whole thing under, say, 45 seconds.
So you flip it, start with the punchline.
Exactly. Take an operations manager example. Don't start explaining the whole complex mess of the situation first.
Right.
You jump right in. Result. We cut our complaint resolution time from 5 days down to 2. That pushed up our CS scores and actually reduced customer churn by 9%. Then you quickly give the situation, task, action, context. It's punchy.
Proof, but fast. I like it. And this ties into clarity, doesn't it? There's this idea in the sources, the clarity check.
Ah, yes, the anti-test, as some call it internally.
The anti-test. Okay, explain that.
It's simple, really. If someone like your auntie at a wedding, or maybe even a 12-year-old, can understand what you actually do, then the interviewer probably can too.
So avoid the jargon.
Totally. Don't say, I optimize cross-functional operational throughput. Nobody knows what that means.
Well, okay, so what do you say?
You say something like, I help our teams keep the promises we make to customers. Delivering on time, every time. I do that by making our internal processes simpler, cutting out steps we don't need. Clear, simple, builds trust.
Okay, so you've nailed the intro with the value line, you've got your concise proof stories using outcome first STAR, and you've passed the anti-test for clarity. How do you close strong, focusing on the future role?
Right, sealing the deal. 2 key things here. First, the salary conversation. When it comes up, anchor it back to the value you've just demonstrated.
Don't just state a number.
Well, you state your target range, sure. Like, I'm looking for around X to Y LPA fixed plus performance-linked variables. But the strategy is to try and get their budgeted range first. Frame it around the value, not just your needs.
Makes sense. And the second thing for closing strong.
This is more of a leader move, something that really stands out. Offer a 30, 60, 90-day plan outline. It shows you're already thinking strategically about hitting the ground running.
Okay, walk us through that quickly. What does that look like?
It's usually 3 phases. Days 130, it's about learning and mapping. Your goal is to identify the main bottlenecks, maybe get one quick win shipped to show momentum.
Okay, first month, learn, map, quick win.
Exactly. Then, days 3160, improve and align. Here, you might pilot a couple of targeted improvements based on what you learned and start documenting maybe some standard processes, SOPs.
Got it. Improve, align, document.
And finally, days 6190. scale, and stabilize. This is where you aim to deliver one signature measurable win, like achieving that 15% improvement in whatever key metric they care about.
That's powerful. It shows you're thinking about their results from day one. And you mentioned a killer question to ask them.
Oh yeah, this is a great one. Before you wrap up, ask something like, thinking ahead 6 months, what would make you sit back and say, wow, I'm so glad we hired this person?
That really gets them thinking about success in the role and aligns you directly with it.
Precisely. It shifts the focus to outcomes they value.
So wrapping this up, the core lesson seems pretty clear. Your title isn't your value proposition. The difference you actually make is what counts.
That's the heart of it. And my final thought for you, the listener, apply that anti-test, that clarity check, not just in interviews. Apply it to your resume bullet points, your LinkedIn summary, how you talk about your work when networking.
Because clarity builds trust.
Exactly. And trust is often the fastest path to getting that offer.
Okay, so here's the final provocative thought we want to leave you with. If you can now quantify your value in a single sentence for a recruiter, what's the single sentence and the hard number that describes the value you deliver right now to your current team or customers? Figuring that out. Well, that's where the really deep work starts.